Hello everyone, in today's video we'll be comparing all of the Tradelands muskets and rifles in this video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. Our first category is appearance. Now, all of these rifles look very similar, especially the long musket and the caplock musket. The musket is just a shorter version of the long musket, and the flintlock rifle, well, it's dressed in gold. It looks really nice, and it's probably more of an ornament. However, you do not have to spend any gold when crafting this. It's not in the recipe. Personally, my favourite of the muskets is the flintlock rifle. It just looks much better. Next up, we have the damage test. All of these rifles take 50, around about 50, approximately 50 hits to be destroyed, or that's how many uses they have in their lifetime. First up, we have the long muskets. This is a test of how many hits it takes to kill another player. Please note that this clip is sped up, and we're going to be testing this on all 4 of the rifles. Now for the long musket. Just to note, I will leave timestamps in the comments below and in the description so that you can skip to the different categories that I've set. And now we're testing the same thing on the flintlock rifle. And now for the caplock musket. As you can see, all of these rifles did very similar damage. They all took 3 hits to kill a player. We did test the specific damage, but they all had very similar damage when tested individually against a player. But now we have the range and accuracy test. The way this works is that I'll fire a gun at Dolo, and if it hits him, he'll move back a block of houses. And we'll try again. If I hit him, then we'll move back a block of houses. And we'll repeat that until we get to the end with all the different guns. Once again, this clip is sped up. This also doubles as a demonstration of how much you have to adjust your aim over different distances when using each of the guns, because the bullet does drop as it's fired over a range. As you can see, for the money, it's a pretty effective gun, but it does suffer the most from the dropping of the ball that's fired. The ball? Flintlock ammo? Whatever it is. And now we'll do the same thing with the flintlock rifle. Strangely enough, the flintlock rifle seems to be less accurate than the normal musket. I end up having to aim a lot higher than I would with even the normal musket to hit the target. And now we'll conduct the same experiment with the long musket. The long musket seems to be slightly more accurate than the flintlock rifle, but not a whole lot better. I would also say that it is slightly better than the regular musket as well. And finally, with the caplock musket. The caplock musket does provide the best accuracy over that range, and I do think it's worth investing in the caplock ammo because the caplock musket is obviously much more worth it. It's got much better range than the other rifles. I think it's a really good gun. Now for the category of reload speed. This one might surprise some of you guys. First up, we have the caplock musket. And now for the one and only musket. And now for the big brother, the long musket. And finally, the flintlock rifle. So the caplock musket won that one with a whopping 0.05 of a second. In this test, we prove that headshots do count. And most importantly, cost. Which one of these rifles is the best for the money? Bearing in mind you do need a blacksmith station and level 10 blacksmithing to craft the flintlock rifle, caplock musket and the long musket. I'd say that if you're a lower level player or you're just looking for something to craft that's reliable and works well for a good price, I'd say the musket is a good choice. If you want good performance, then I'd choose the caplock musket, but do bear in mind you'll be spending a lot more since it does also use caplock rounds, which are much more expensive. If you're looking something for more of an ornament, something that looks good, then I'd suggest the flintlock rifle because of its gold guard and gold parts. Once again, thank you to Doelo for helping me with this video, and as always, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.